Hey there, my name is Martin and in this video I'm going to show you how Russ and Lil Baby created their single called Ugly. Let's get started. So the first and key element in this song is the brass. It's a full sustain brass from the orchestra library in Kontakt, and it sounds really cinematic and classical without any effects. So when I turn on the effects, it sounds very different. I got this sound by adding an RC20 retro color, adding some wobble, noise and distortion, and this really gives it a vintage vibe. A drum shaper to remove the sustain, an OTT to make it a bit sharper, a tone shaper to get rid of most low and low mid frequencies and boost the high mids and high frequencies, a stereo expander to make the sound wider, the first equalizer to remove everything below 169 Hz and to serve as a filter over here, and another one to enhance this filter effect and to make it less muddy. Then I also created the tape stop effect using the D-Blue Glitch plugin, and this is a plugin I've had on my PC for like 8 years. I barely use it unless I need a tape stop effect. So this is what it sounds like with the tape stop effect turned on. Doesn't sound quite good yet, so what I did was I exported this part of the brass and I created an automation clip of its volume. That way, the rising part of the tape stop is just way smoother. I also made the rising part of the tape stop unique by clicking here. And I pitched it up 12 semitones, otherwise it would sound like this. And pitched up 12 semitones, it sounds like this. Which is closer to the original. The next sound is the synth shot made in Diva. I was actually just going through presets and this was the first one I found. And without effects it sounds like this. So way more harsh and way more present. So what I did was add a retro color to again make it more wobbly and distorted, an OTT to make it a bit sharper, an equalizer to remove everything below 500 Hz, add the high mids and remove everything above like 5000 Hz. A filter to make it sound even less harsh, and a reverb to make it sound way more atmospheric. Then there is this pad sound. It's also made in Diva and the preset is called Choir in the Clouds and it really has this choir vibe. On the mixer channel I again added a retro color, a wider to make it sound wider, a chorus to make it sound a bit more dirty, an equalizer to remove some of its low mids, a reverb to make it sound more spacey, and the filter removing most of its high end. On top of that there is this choir. This one is made in Labs, which I consider the free version of Kontakt. It also has various libraries, but they're all free and they have amazing quality. It's linked to the same mixer channel as the pad, so its effects are identical. The next sound is this 808. In the beginning it plays this note, and further on in the song it plays these notes. Please note these slide notes over here, which I added at the end of each note, making it fade out way more smoothly. It's an 808 by Murda, and on the mixer channel I added a Camel Crusher for some distortion and a CLA bass to boost both the bass and the treble, compress it and add even more distortion. I also added this Pro MB by FabFilter, which is a multiband compressor. This one serves for sidechain compression, so what I did is I sidechained the kick to the 808 channel, and whenever the kick hits, the low end of the 808 disappears for a bit, and that just gives the kick more room to breathe. Using the same 808 sound, I created this 808 effect. I chose generic as declicking mode, which really just lets it fade in more smoothly when you cut off the beginning of the sound. As for the drums, there is this kick. I added this SSL channel by Waves to EQ it a bit and compress it, the glue to compress it even more, and an EQ to practically boost it everywhere, which adds some more body and punch to the kick. Next, there is the snare. I added a drum shaper to remove its sustain, a compressor to make it sound more compact, and an equalizer to remove low mids and make it sound less harsh in the high end. Finally, there's 2 layers of hi-hats, the first one being this one. I added this plugin to make the sound wider and an equalizer to cut off everything below 2000 Hz, remove some of these frequencies and boost the high end. On top of that, there is a second hi-hat, which actually isn't a hi-hat. It's this percussion sound by Travis Barker, which kind of sounds in between a snare and a hi-hat. And what I did was I decreased the sustain, made it sound far wider, and added this equalizer to cut off everything below 800 Hz. And if I turn this off, it sounds more like a snare. If you enjoyed this video or liked that it's exactly 8 minutes and 8 seconds long, get it? 808. Please like this video and subscribe to my channel. Thanks for watching and see you next time.